got the players there. It's just trying to get that growth, and I think that bodes well, not only for just this year but for the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And, yeah, Jordan Akbar and Mariah Grizzle up front have, for those kids to start getting double doubles in their freshman year, that's pretty impressive and really excited about that. Liz Vaughn coming off the bench, just get her a little bit more consistently defensively. Our sophomore class, the junior class, they've done some really, really good stuff. And they are a little bit more experienced just because of the way that we prepare them. We do a lot of small-ended games in practice to put them through those situations. But I think the biggest difference is finding a way to make adjustments when teams are taking them out of things. And some teams are going to do that. That comes with maturity and experience, but we're just not adjusting to to people taking away their strengths right now, and that shows up on some big game nights.
And I'm sure that is a huge hill to try to overcome, but that's something that probably will come with time. The good news is that over the last couple of weeks, really, that, and especially with that stretch just before the holidays, the ladies have built themselves up into the tournament bracket. Now, right now at the 8th seed, but you're not that far off from could be a 4th seed, just depending on how things go over the next month or so.
Yeah, it's a log jam, and we're about to hit that gauntlet again. We got Bethany coming Saturday, Tabor, Sterling, Kate up. We got that stretch that we really struggled in. First time competed well, but we had some struggles during that time. So yeah, there's a lot of basketball left to play. Sterling has dropped 2 right off the bat this last 2 games, and 3-way tie there for first. So that changes a lot of things when you start looking at the tournament, and we're in tournament time. Every game you're playing for playoff position, and that makes it really, really competitive within the league.
Well, I think this next 4 games, maybe it's a bit dramatic, but I think this is the season. You've got Bethany, who is tough, but then you have 2 teams in the top 25 and 1 receiving votes, and that is a murderer's row for games over that period of time. You start with this Saturday, and then for your games for the rest of the month, you're just getting hammered by the competition.
Yeah, absolutely. And you want to be playing your best basketball, going into that. So that's why Saturday is so important to get a little bit more momentum going to Tabor, a team that we match up really well with, and then Sterling back at our place, which is huge. And if we can just we have to get going offensively, with them. We can't have, the 18, 20%, halves that we've had this year. We've got to be in that 45, 50%, even to give ourselves a chance there. So, and same with Kate Up. They can score it too as well. So we've got to figure some things out offensively. I think we can compete defensively if we play hard enough, but we can't have empty possessions against those really good teams.
Well, I think one thing that really has been apparent over the last, I think especially since coming back from the break, the offense has played really well. Last night, 44% from the floor on 45 shots. That's nothing to sneeze at. And, you take a look at what Friends did on 71 shots, and they were under 40%. So you're efficient, and you're hitting baskets.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're starting to define roles a little bit better, offensively. We know that, if we need a bucket, we're going to go to Mariah. We need, Jordan Nakbar has figured out that she just crashes the offensive glass. She's going to get at least 6 to 8 points that way. Don't have to draw anything up for that, and that's high percentage. Then if she gets knocking her free throws down consistently, she's gonna be a monster because she's tough to guard just with her athleticism. And then Caitlin, had a 30-point night. She get hot from the 3-point line. She's shooting the ball a lot better. And then if we get Emily and Jennifer off the bench to hit a few shots here and there at high percentage, then that definitely helps our offense.
We're going to take our final break of the night right here. We're going to talk about Saturday's game against Bethany. We'll probably, I'm going to have an interesting, maybe an interesting comparison here when we come back as we look at some of the players on this team and how they've grown into the roles that they have. So a couple of things to look forward to when we come back from the break. You're listening to the Pizza Time Hoop Talk Show here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
2019 is going to be an exciting year, and Pizza Time has made a resolution to continue serving Ottawa as we have since 1985. This is Arlie, and I encourage you to come in and see me at 208 South Main for award-winning pizza and lunch buffet, open every day from 11 to 10 p.m. We are proud members of our hometown community in historic downtown Ottawa, or call 785-242-TIME to place a delivery order. Don't forget to add us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a wonderful new year, and thank you for choosing Pizza Time.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Call me today at 785-242-9435.
I came here to run cross country and it ended up being way different than I thought it was going to be. It's unlike anything I've ever been a part of to be on the team. Everyone is so completely different. There are people you never thought you'd be friends with, nothing like your outside friends, but somehow you all click to be the same and have the same interests but yet completely different. Everyone's always there for you. It's not just about running. Friendships and families like they're your siblings when you're away from home. That's what it means to be a part of the Braves cross country and track team. To be a family.
Be a Brave. Visit ottawa.edu.
Upgrading your bathroom? The Home Depot can help you upgrade that upgrade with great brands and great savings at the Winter Kitchen and Bath event. Right now, add the finishing touch with an exclusive Delta Zella faucet for just $59. It's a two-handle high-arced center set faucet to give you plenty of clearance. So upgrade your bathroom and let the savings flow. The Winter Kitchen and Bath event at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through March 24th while supplies last.
I'd love to hear more. Do you have a card?
This is it. This is when you can either let something happen or make it happen with your professional custom card from Vistaprint. Right now, you can get 500 business cards personalized the way you want them, starting at just $9.99. You pick the look, the style, and the statement you want to make in the moment. Now is the time to make something happen for your business. So, own the now with 500 custom business cards starting at $9.99 at Vistaprint.com. Just use promo code 7474. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 7474.
Napa know-how. Right now, you can get a $20 prepaid Visa gift card by mail with the purchase of a Napa Legend Premium battery. Its durability and power make it the obvious choice for people who hate getting stranded by a dead car battery. So pretty much everyone. The Napa Legend Premium battery and $20 back. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers. Limit 2 per household while supplies last. Offer ends 2/28/19.
Oh, look, we're back on the air. Hey, welcome back to the Pizza Time Hoop Talk Show. Great timing for the break to be over here at Pizza Time as we take you up to the top of the hour as we're on the back end of another Hoop Talk show, but the Braves have plenty of games left, but a big one on Saturday against Bethany at 3 o'clock, and traveled out there back in November. Lost 71-59. What's different now than from back then?
Won that one.
Oh,
yeah.
You did win now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Apparently I do need new glasses.
No. We won that one. So, with that game, that was a big win for us because at the time Bethany was receiving votes. We had some adversity that game, losing Avery there in the first half with an ACL injury. And for us, differently, is that we're more experienced and playing better basketball. But for Bethany, they have one of their top players back that was dealing with a knee injury, and they're different. They're just totally different. So it's going to be interesting. If both teams can show up defensively, it may be a game that's in the 40s if it's like that.
Well, and at that time, Bethany was receiving votes, so I mean that was a huge victory for the ladies, and I think it kind of gave them a little bit of a spark to believe.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you can beat a ranked opponent on their floor, that's going to give you, if not a lot of confidence, a little. And that I think that did just open up their eyes to see that they can compete at at this conference, and we're sitting in a better position because of that.
And this goes into what I left off at the break, and so I think for you guys on Saturday, it's going to start down low with Nakbar and Grizzle, and to me now, I admittedly am not the smartest man on the planet, and my basketball IQ may not be the best, but these two may be two of your most talented, or at least have the potential to be that, playing those positions. And you've had a lot of talents that have been in those roles.
Yeah, if you want to be a all conference player type player for Coach Tate, you should play in his 4 or 5 spot. I mean, just to be honest with you, I'm a point guard guy first. I love my point guards. I've had some really good ones that have came through here and played for me. But I mean, my bread and butter is definitely that 4 or 5 spot. Mariah is definitely going to be one of the most dynamic fives that we have early in her career, because she's already shown that she can shoot the 3. Most of the time we're developing that. You've seen that at the end of Ashley's career. With our 4 spot, that's been golden for numerous years. Back from Amber Ramsey to Madison Stewart to Jess King, and now Jordan Akbar. All those players are very versatile and dynamic in their own different ways. And Jordan can be one of the best, just with her ability to stretch the defense. And she has a motor that none of them had from a rebounding standpoint.
And that's huge, because I know we've talked about this. Other than when you really weren't out rebounded that much in last night's game, but in years past, the Braves have had trouble rebounding. This year, that has not really been a weak spot.
Yeah, and that's a big surprise. I thought that was going to be one of our weakest stats, just because of our youth. We could even be better, at that. Definitely in the guard spot, boxing out. So yeah, I mean, if we can continue to grow with that, but Jordan and Mariah, I didn't know how they're going to react in those roles, and they've done a fantastic job of picking up our rebounding after losing, 2 really good rebounders and Leslie Spear and Jess King last year.
Well, yeah, you bring those 2 up, and you could see the potential with Jess. She grew into it. Of course, we know about Ashley Romick. We know about Amber Ramsey. What was it with Jordan and with Mariah that you saw that piqued your interest and thought, yeah, you're going to fit in well here?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, with Jordan, I noticed her motor, her sophomore year. So it was one of those things where I've been keeping tabs on her the past 2 years, and I loved her versatility. I love kids that can do versatile things with some size, and she had a motor. So her ability to shoot the 3 and also do some things around the basket really excited me about her. And then with Mariah, it was, I mean, Coach Bedell was the main recruiter, with her, but he knows, the type of players that I like in that spot, and he noticed that right away, and he was really impressed first with her ability to rebound. When I watched her play, I was really intrigued with her versatility, her mobility. She wasn't on a team that she was able to score a lot, because I watched her mostly during the summer. So the scoring part of it I was a little nervous about until I got her here, and then I was like, okay, I can work with this in the post, and both of them have definitely met the expectations, and they're going to super exceed it if they just continue to get better.
So we talked about the play down low is going to be huge on Saturday afternoon. What else for the Lady Braves will it take for them to get the series sweep this year?
Yeah, I mean, from the guard position, Kelsey, she's not a big-time scorer, but she has done a tremendous job taking care of the basketball this year, way better than she did last year. I think the biggest surprise with Kels is just the defensive end. I mean, she's she guarded Evans last night, one of the top guards in the league, and shut her down. Only had like 3 to 5 points. She did that previous game against her. I think her and Caitlin shared duties on Mueller for Bethany. So just bringing that defense intensity is going to be good. And then one of our guards, either Kramer or Caitlin's going to have to make some big shots. Jenna's been able to score for us early, but dealing with the microfracture and with her knees and things of that nature, she usually kind of fizzles out, by the end of the game. So trying to find success for her early is going to be huge too as well.
Is it one of those things with her that you have to be sparing with minutes?
We do, and at this time of the year and in this stretch, these 3 games a week stretch. Today they have the day off just to get in to shoot free throws and roll and take care of their bodies. We have the smaller roster with the 14 bodies and only playing 8 kids. Yes, we're going to have to really monitor what we do from a physical standpoint with her, just because of the nature of the injury.
Well, and then this week with the extra game added on, and really the space between Monday and Wednesday night, you get a couple of days here, but Saturday, is there any concern that the players, I don't want to say their bodies maybe have an adverse reaction to the action? Is there any concerns with anything?
No, for one, because we took the day off. I think that was huge. Still get their hands on a basketball, so it's not foreign to them, on tomorrow and this weekend. But we'll do everything we need to do possibly to have their bodies ready to go physically and mentally. Sometimes it's just a mental break is good for them, and that's more important, just as important as the physical break.
And as we mentioned, after Saturday, it doesn't get any easier for a couple of weeks, and it's again one of those, you just have to focus one game at a time. But there's a giant wall, a tsunami, if you will, of ranked teams knocking on the door.
Yeah, Tabor, who just knocked off Sterling, who's been playing extremely well. Then we have our bye game, which is good. Then we come back and play K-Dub, who just beat Sterling last night, playing well. Then we got Bethel, who's at the top of the league too as well. And this is make it, break it, try to hold on, and then finish the season, extremely well to keep ourselves in that 7th or 8th spot for sure.
Are the ladies aware of what's ahead of them?
Probably not. So I've been stressing more of taking care of ourselves, preparing ourselves for games, knowing that we have another, game coming up Saturday, Monday, and Thursday. A lot of games, and 7 games in almost 10 days or so. I really got them more kind of focused on preparing themselves for the stretch.
Well, and sometimes it's better to not focus on that and maybe go out and there's not that much pressure.
Not that much pressure. That's the big thing, and especially with those young kids that are playing well right now. You just want to continue to build their confidence. With Mariah and Jordan, we need them. When we outscore our opponents in the paint, we're undefeated. So we've got to keep feeding them and making sure that we're getting high percentage shots on a consistent basis.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you joining us.
Yep.
Another one's in the books here.
Another one's in the books.
And so, again, Saturday's games will be here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com. It's going to be a full day of basketball. Ottawa High in the Baser Linwood tournament playing, so those games will be on Saturday. We'll have Ottawa University basketball 3 and 5. Casey Weeder will be the main man with the microphone. I'll pop my head in and try to provide some commentary too on Saturday. So if you can't, even if you can join us on the radio, join us at Wilson Fieldhouse. Come on out. It is a great atmosphere as the Lady Braves and the men look to bring home a victory. It's going to wrap it up for this week's edition of the Pizza Time Hoop Talk Show.
Information and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
Here's the latest from ABC News. I'm Linda Lopez. On the 27th day of a partial government shutdown over border wall funding, President Trump is canceling trips for himself, his cabinet, and the House Speaker.